A long time ago, I heard the question. I can't remember where I heard it and who asked it, but I heard the question: if somebody wrote a book about your life, would anybody want to read it? That was, in fact, that was the original working title of my first book, which is the memoir of the first 45 years of my life, A Grateful Life, the life story of a husband, father, and taco loving deadhead. I was originally going to call that, if someone wrote a book about your life, would anybody want to read it? And then I was told by somebody, and I went and did some research into this, that these long book titles like that don't ever work out, right? It's usually one word, three words, five words at max, and then maybe a longer subtitle, and that's when I changed it to A Grateful Life. Anyway, I think I've lived a life that has quite a few stories to tell. I think a lot of people live lives that have quite a few stories to tell, but no matter how many stories you think that you have, along comes somebody that you go, wow, man, the stories that guy could tell must be off the chain, right? Like, I was the unwanted byproduct of a one night stand between a 27-year-old man and a 16-year-old girl. They got divorced when I was 8. Then my mom beat the living shit out of me for the next several years until I ran away from her home. I then dropped out of high school and spent a few years traveling across the country, living in a tent with everything I owned in a backpack. I fell ass backwards into a career, wound up owning my own business, met somebody, fell in love, had a family, am still raising and developing that family. I'm still with her 27 years later. And then I was able to retire 22 years ahead of schedule at the age of 45. I have a lot of fucking stories to tell, right? And I don't think mine come close to the guy I'm going to show you right now. Can you imagine the stories this guy had to tell?
My name is Bob Carter.
Oh, you're going to stick to that, huh? Well, you're a fine-looking lad, Sonny.
Thank you.
I'd say you were around 28, huh? Am I close?
No,
Are you 60?
no,
70?
no.
You're not 80, are you?
You gotta go further than that.
I would if you weren't here.
You would.
How about 90?
You gotta go again.
Don't tell me you're 100 years old.
You gotta go again.
Well, I'll take one more guess. 650.
I'm 102.
100. How long were you married, Pop?
I was married 72 years.
You're a real Iron Man. Do you have any children?
I had 7 girls and 9 boys. That's right.
How old are your oldest children?
82.
Are they still in school?
No, they're sending their grandchildren to school.
Oh, how young are the youngest?
She's 36.
How about grandchildren? How many do you have?
I had 69.
And do you have any?
39 great-grandchildren and 19 great-great-grandchildren. I still say I'm a man.